Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Ships of Naval Action. Today we're going to take a look at a ship that I personally have been waiting for a long time. Sadly, this ship got implemented while I had my hiatus from Naval Action, but I'm now back and I am loving it. Today we're taking a look at the Admiraal De Ruyter, which was a Dutch 80-gun ship of the line of first class, according to Dutch rating, which is important. So, she was an 80-gun ship of the line. She is part of the Ruyter class, approved by the Dutch Admiralty in 1795, designed by a Peter Glavimans. And the lead ship left the dockyards in 1798, and two more, the Chatham and Admiral Southman, were also built according to the exact same lines. And the Admiralty were very impressed by the new ships. So, in 1806, the Admiraal De Ruyter, finally, the one we have in game, left the dockyard. So, there are some interesting things about her. First of all, she wasn't called Admiral De Ruyter at first. Well, she was. It was Admiraal De Ruyter while being built. Then, when she was launched in 1806, she was the Admiral Pietijn. And then she was the Rotterdam in 1806, the latter part of it. Then in 1808 and onward, she was the Koninklijke Hollander. And then in French service, because during the Napoleonic Wars, the French would eventually occupy and annex the Dutch kingdom. So she would be called the Hollandais in French service. And when she returned to Dutch service in 1814, she would again be called the Koninklijke Hollander. So the reason why she had the name change was when Louis Napoleon, which at the time was the king of the Dutch, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, in honor of the Dutch Admiral De Ruyter, the ship was called Admiraal De Ruyter. However, at the time, another ship at the time was being built called the Admiraal De Ruyter. So there were two Admiraal De Ruyters of the same ship. Of the same class, rather, not of the same ship. So that is the short history of the Admiraal De Ruyter. But there is one interesting thing as well. We don't have this version of the ship in-game, but there actually was a 90-gun version of the ship. Similar to with the Santissima, the top deck would be quote-unquote closed in. In the case of the 90-gun, according to the ship plans, I can see, they just added positions for carronades, and they popped up another 5 36-pounder carronades, which is a heavy hitter, on the side, on the gangways. That's the name. So that made her a heavy hitter. So she had on her forecastle and quarterdeck, and in naval action as well. I don't have them mounted, however. She had 12-pounders. On the gangways, she had Dutch 36-pounders. Very important to note they're Dutch 36-pounders. So, in-game, I have her mounted with 32-pound carronades on her weather deck. In the up gun deck, or middle gun deck, she had Dutch 30-pounders, equivalent to about the 32-pounders, which I also have mounted in-game. And in the lower gun deck, she had Dutch 36-pounders, which honestly is a bit underwhelming in naval action, and we'll get to that in a second. Because you can only mount 36-pounders there, which are a bit weaker than 42-pounders in naval action. But if you translate Dutch 36-pounders into English pounders, which are what the 42-pounders in game are, well, you'll find, I believe that Dutch 36-pounders are like 41 pounds roughly, so they're almost there. Like they're 99% of the way there, but not quite. And of course the carronades on the weather deck, a compromise has been made, I guess, with 32-pounders on the weather deck instead of 42-pounders, I guess, or 36-pounders. But anyways, that is the history, basically, of the Admiraal De Ruyter, which has gone through, I don't know, she has gone through a bit, but I couldn't really find any good history on her, other than the post I've been referencing here by Steel Sandwich on the Naval Action forums. But Anyways, she's in naval action. I was waiting for her for a long time, since 2016. And I don't know when she was added, but I am happy to sail her. She is a lovely ship. Now, the default paint job, it's actually been growing on me. I don't really like it, but it did grow on me. But the paint job, as you can see her here, that is the paint job I preferred. I like the orangey and black-ish color. It's a lovely look. And honestly, the Admiraal De Ruyter is a lovely looking ship. I should also mention, her being a Dutch design, she also has a shallower draft than ships of comparable size in her age or period. Like the Temeri class, or however you would pronounce it, has a meter long, deeper draft. The Ruyter, or the Ruyter class in general, has about 6 meter draft, while a 74 or 80 gunner of comparable size will be about 7 meters. So that is made for Dutch design. Does of course come with the drawback of more leeway, worse sailing characteristics, but you know, you have to make some sacrifices when you're in Dutch waters. But in naval action, I guess now let's properly get into her in naval action. So she is a beautiful ship. I will put the stats of the ship on screen right now. That's my ship. You'll notice she is surprisingly tanky. She has the fixed armor at present, that might change, of any third rate. It's comparable to first rates. She doesn't have as much hit points, of course, because she is a lot smaller, but she is a heavy hitter. 30 and 36 pounder, 32 pounders and 36 pounders on her gun decks. That is, I believe she has the heaviest broadside weight of any third rate, but it's definitely a heavy hitter, especially at range. I don't think there's any other ship that has this kind of armament setup. So at heavy range, she can penetrate ships that other ships wouldn't be able to penetrate her because of her thick armor, but she has the heavy guns to go through their armor. So the Dutch, of course, they had to compromise a bit, since, as earlier I mentioned, this is first rank in the Dutch rating. Well, third rate in traditional ratings. So the Dutch, they have overcompensated, I guess. And I like it. I like the heavy firepower. I love her. She is, in my opinion, she is decently fast. She has great maneuverability in naval action. And the firepower is truly in her class. It's unmatched. And she is, honestly, I think, a good looking ship. I like how she looks. And I'm happy to finally sail a Dutch ship in naval action. And I hope sometime at some point there will be more. But anyways, I do hope you all enjoyed this quick video on the Admiraal De Ruyter. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and all of that. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.